May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly market forecast. I'm RT Money. I'm glad to see you. Thank you for watching, and make sure you hit the boost button, the thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe so that you can catch my updates throughout the week. And if you have a question or you got a comment, make sure you leave something, man. I like to talk to you. I respond to all the comments. I respond to every one of them. So just know that. Now we're going to start out with copper. Copper. Why? Let's look at copper on the weekly. I don't know how I got it on the daily. All right. I want to show you something. Copper has, it made a nice break of market structure here to the upside. We never came back to revisit that low, and it's been bullish, given the market structure shifts to the upside, and we're heading towards this high, right? And then it pulls back. The whole time since March of 2022, it's been on this liquidity line, and it's been hitting it, and we just hit it again just recently. It just won't, for some reason that it's just holding. All right. And what is that telling us? Well, if we go to the daily, you can see how precise that liquidity line is. All right. But price took out these lows, and then we see the impulsive move to the upside. This is a market structure shift. Once it took that high out, it created an area of fair value. And this becomes our area of demand. All right. And we'll wait for price to come back into that area of demand to then go and seek higher prices. All right. And what the trick is not really a trick, but what you want to do is find the area where that pullback ends and the new impulse begins. All right. So we can get that higher high, higher low, higher high, and uptrend out of there. Right. If we come down here, you can see that there was a weekly area of a fair value gap, a weekly fair value gap here. All right. Prices stung into it 2 times, showing respect wicks there. But so far, no closes beyond that. All right. Now let me move that. And what you can see is there is an area here. All right. These wicks here are representing an area of demand. It's a buy to sell. All right. Let me push this to the back so you can see it. There you go. All right. You can see a sell to buy. All right. Sell to buy wicks here. And this is an area that price hit. And you see that bullish candle behind that. We push higher. There is no fair value gaps to look at. So I tend to look at supply and demand areas of demand and supply. And I'm looking for reasons that price will continue higher. You can't see that. It's not clear here. All right. Price is kind of in the middle of this consolidative area. So I tend to go to the 4-hour to see if things get a little clearer for me. And what I can see is price has 2 market structure shifts to the upside. 1, 2, 3, and then we pull back. We take that low. That also represents a market structure shift, but with the larger time frames in mind. All right, if I'm bullish on the weekly, I'm bullish in the daily. Just looking at the swing structure, the larger swing structure. All right, where we see a bullish break of market structure here. This is just a pullback for me. I'm waiting for the fractal structure, which is these little lows and highs or whatever. I'm waiting for the fractal structure to get in line with my higher time frame structure, my high time frame swing structure. And right now it's bearish because of that. It went past that line. But once we pop above that high, and we see another fractal high here, that my bias changes, and this becomes my target, and this becomes my target. I'm waiting for the fractal structure to also be bearish along with my higher time frame swing structure. That gives us the highest probability for buy setups. Okay, got it. Good. Now we're going to look at platinum. I love platinum. Why? Because platinum's been playing out exactly the way I've been uh, analyzing it over a month. It looks very consolidative here, right? Ooh, that's just, who wants to trade in that, right? What you want to do is look for the market structure shifts. This is a market structure shift. When price came down here, swept this low, right? This was a weekly swing low. It swept that low, and then you see the impulse to the upside. We have the market structure shift to the upside here to a bullish market structure shift. We wait for a price to pull back into an area of demand, which it did, and we have another impulsive move to the upside, breaking market structure. This is bullish, all right? We are bullish with two bullish market structure shifts, right? If we go down to uh, the daily, what we can see is my leftover lines there. I don't need to see those. All right. Okay. What we can see is this beautiful uh, breaker block here with the bullish fair value gap here. There was a bullish fair value gap up here, but that was disrespected. But this one was respected, and we see that price held. And I was telling everybody each week that we got a bullish a breaker plus a fair value gap. Yeah, I'm looking at bullish pricing. Impulsive move to the upside. I hope you follow this. If you did, leave a comment, leave a boost or a thumbs up, because I didn't steer you wrong. I did mention too that we will be heading towards this low resistance liquidity as we head into this area of supply, and that's where we are right now. This area of supply, and it may just act as a speed bump, allowing price to pull back into this fair value gap. All right, it looks like this was supposed to be a breakaway gap, right? Because we have this candle, and this candle, each one closing above the other, way above the other. This should be an area that price doesn't come back to, but because we ran into this bearish fair value gap here, this could act as a speed bump, push us back a little bit, allowing us to pull back, allowing the market to pull back, and then go higher from this fair value gap. It may not be a 2 candle pullback, it may be a 3 or 4, but I'm thinking that price will finally start to turn up. And I do believe that it will turn up, because I don't think this is the high that is, the point. The point is this high, I believe. And I believe this will be an area of liquidity that price will head to. Let's look at silver. All right, silver, we are in this. Wow, we are in, let me just highlight it this way. We're in this channel. All right, it's a bullish channel. All right, I don't trade channels. I don't trade these kind of patterns, but you take note of them when you see them, because it's kind of remarkable, and it kind of helps to illustrate your point. Your point is price is protecting these lows, all right, and breaking the highs. All right, we are in an uptrend. Right? You can actually see that higher high, higher low, higher high. I believe this last touch recently is going to lead to another touch of the channel, all right, to make a higher high, because we're in an uptrend, all right. Also, what do I always get you to do? Look, look for the market structure shifts. This was a bearish one, led to a very bullish, very aggressive bullish move, right? And price pulled back, all right? Because why? We ran into this area of supply, all right? We disrespected this fair value gap here, all right? It was used here, actually, it was used first here, and then this high took out that high. This goes away, all right? And we just go by the high being taken for liquidity. We pull back, and then we take out that high. All right, so price ran into the supply here, and we pulled back to and formed a bullish fair value gap here. I'm thinking that price will probably find support here to continue higher because I believe this is our draw on liquidity, which is why I have that dollar signs up there. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And I think we'll be looking at higher prices. All right. Should price come down further, I'll be looking at this area here for price to possibly wick into, but I'm looking for higher prices in platinum. Yeah. Okay. I didn't mean to skip gold. All right. Gold, if we go to the weekly, what we can see is, excuse me one second. Excuse me one second. I got the sun beaming into my eyes, driving me crazy while I'm trying to look at this doggone. Doggone it, man. All right. Now, squeaky chair. All right. Here we go. We're on gold, hit all-time highs. It's been bullish. Had a big old bullish break of structure. We've been bullish ever since. And what do we notice also? That we had a bullish shift in the market, all right? From this is a bullish market structure shift to the upside. Yes, it's a liquidity grab, and we can probably expect price to pull back a little bit. But do we expect higher prices in gold? I do. I do for the moment until I see a market structure shift to the downside, which would mean breaking this low. Then I'll be looking for sells, but not until that point. Let me show you something real quick. If we go to the monthly, all right, I'm trying to do this real quick. You see this? You see this here? That is the if I can show it, yeah, it's the trend-based fib extension. All right. What you do, the way you use this is you extend you. Let me just do it. All right. You go to the low, to the high. Doggone it, man! I got the wrong one. You go from the lowest, the swing low to the swing high, and then back to the swing low. You move that low all the way over to the side, right? And this will give you a measured move to the upside. You want to see this length repeated from this low here, and we're already 80% there. We have 100% is right around 3,000. All right, and I'm thinking that's where we're headed. That's the measured move, folks. All right, I hope you follow that. So if we go to the daily, what I want you to see is that once we hit the high and took the all-time high and took the liquidity from it here, all right, I'm looking at this, the length of this trading range. All right, I divided it into two, the premium and discount. All right, this is the 50%, the equilibrium. You want to take your shorts from premium. You want to take your longs from discount. Got it? And I'm looking at price crossing at that 50%, and we have a bullish fair value gap that was made on Friday. So I'm looking for price to sting into this bullish fair value gap in order to go for higher prices. Should price take out the demand area, the area of demand here, that low is my protected low. If we go past that low, then I'll be looking for bearish pricing. Up until that point, nope, not doing it. I'm looking for my sells up here. I'd prefer to take my sells from up here than here. All right, but I'm looking for confirmation that there is a shift in bias here first. All right, right now it's buys until the market says otherwise. Once we start disrespecting these kind of PD arrays, the fair value gaps and the bullish order blocks, then that's when I'll start thinking, all right, I got to start looking for sells because there'll be a longer term pullback with all these lows down here. There'll be a longer term pullback coming. All right. So buys until then. If we look at oil, U.S. oil, all right, WTI crude. You can take a look at this and screenshot it if you like, all right, and read it on your own time. But basically, what that says, there's a lot of fundamentals at play as to the price of oil, and we got sanctions that started today, Saturday, against Mexico and Canada, 25% tariffs, which would end up making higher prices in oil because it'll make it harder. They're the biggest exporters of oil to the U.S. And if Trump starts to put tariffs on them, that's going to create some chaos in the market. And instead of prices getting lower for oil and petroleum and all, they'll start to get higher. We'll see how this all works out. But right now, you can see that price recently took out this high. All right, took out that high and pulled back from it for the last couple of weeks. All right, but you see the big respect candle once it reached this area. This is a sell to buy area, an area of demand, and you see the respect that price gave it. I'm thinking that we may see higher prices from this area. All right, if we look at it on the daily, we get a clearer look. All right, this is the area that I'm thinking that price is finding. See those respect wicks, and I'm thinking that we may see higher prices from there. If you look at it on the 4 hour, I want you to see this real quick. I don't like to go too deep into the 4 hour and all, but this is the area. This is the line. We got relative equal highs. Actually, we have equal highs there. All right. Price came down, swept the low, and then you see this move to the upside. I'm thinking that that upside will continue on Monday. We'll sweep that high, the relative equal highs, and find support for higher prices. There's a lot of liquidity highs to come and get. That will draw a price to it. This is the draw on liquidity. And I'm thinking that it makes sense that price goes higher. If we break this low, I'm going to stop thinking about buys, and especially if we take the low of the demand. All right, this is my protected low. Once we take this low, then my bias changes from bullish to bearish. All right, right now I'm biased to the upside. My bias is bullish. Okay, and I'm looking for prices to continue higher to sweep some of this that low resistance liquidity run there. Okay, if we go to the yen, the Dow, what I can see is that price has been it's been kind of tricky to trade. You see, the highs are being broken, right? Another high being broken, and then we see a low being broken. All right, that's a market structure shift there, and then we head down and take out this low, right? And then all of a sudden we get an impulsive move where we take out that high for a market structure shift to the upside, and we've been bullish ever since. Okay, I am still bullish in the Dow. Okay, and we may be heading to all-time highs, which is up here, right here. So this candle, this was a news candle and it was very bullish. And you see how price went into consolidation here, and then we swept the lows there. That is a market structure shift to the downside. So I'm going to wait until I get a bullish market structure shift before, so that my swing structure, which is bullish, is in line with my fractal structure, the smaller fractal structure, which are the individual candles, which is bearish right now because of this low sweep there. All right, so I am looking for price to turn around. Now, I think this is an area of demand here, and once price hits this, I think that we will find support for higher prices to the upside there. Okay, if we look at NQ, God dog it, man. NQ, very similar. I'm looking at the time. If we're looking on the daily, I'm thinking that we have some draws on liquidity right there that'll bring us to higher prices. I'm feeling the exact same way for the S&P. And you can see that price gave us these market structure shift to the upside. We've already dived back into the bullish fair value gap inside of this area of fair value, and we are going higher, supporting higher prices. So I'm looking for more bullish action. Thank you for watching.